What's up, guys? Thunder Al here back. Today we're going to be talking about why the Chargers should trade up in the draft and select Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU. But before we do that, smash the like button as you guys have been doing for me since I started here. It gets the video out to more people, helps me grow. It took me about 2 weeks of grinding to hit 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. It takes a lot of people like 6 months normally. I mean, that's just crazy how we did it in a couple weeks. Charger fans love their football. I love the Chargers. Let's go get my guy Justin Herbert a Super Bowl, man. We're all in this together. Don't matter where you're from, who you root for, bro. We all want to see the Chargers succeed. And that's why today we're going to help them do that. So Brandon Staley, let me get this off the rip because I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, like this isn't realistic. Well, you might be right, but the head coach of the Chargers, Brandon Staley, came out and said this about what he's looking for right now, and that is corners. 5 DB defenses lead the NFL by a wide margin, Staley said at the NFL Combine. You're playing 65% or more DB groupings, and it doesn't matter what team you coach for, what system you run, you're in 5 DB, 65% or more. So corner is definitely going to be something that we're looking at. We're always going to be looking at it as long as I'm the head coach. Staley would go on to put Stingley through drills, giving him tips throughout the process, and Stingley would respond to this at the end saying his whole reason, he just told me when I came out there, he wanted to see if I had the determination, just like the power to go out there and just perform, Stingley told reporters. And when he seen it, he said that's what he was waiting to see. And that's what a lot of people there were trying to see. So you guys get the gist, is Stingley impressed Staley. The problem with that is the Chargers have the 17th pick in the draft. They don't have a top 10 pick. It looks like Stingley could be projected to fall around the 10 range. I don't think the Jets are going to take him. Well, they're probably going to take Sauce at 5, right? And then at 10, who knows who they'll take. So realistically speaking, the Jets definitely could trade down if they don't like the value at 10, which Stingley at 10, I mean, isn't valuable for the Jets at all. So let's say they end up trading the 10th pick for 17 and a second round pick next season. That honestly is a very good trade for both sides. It is a risk. I mean, you're giving up a second next year, but also we're in win now mode. You bring in Derek Stingley Jr., who's projected as a #1 corner by NFL scouts at the next level. You pair him with Asante Samuel, who's a playmaker. You pair him with J.C. Jackson, who has the most picks since 2019. Now we're talking. But before we get any farther into that, let me explain to you guys who Derek Stingley Jr. is, because I'm sure many of you don't really know too much about him or don't follow college football like that. So let me explain. So he just worked out last week. He ran a 4.4, which is very good, obviously. He ran a 3-cone of 6.98, a vertical jump of 38.5 inches, and he had a broad jump of 10.2. I mean, honestly, that it's not like eye-dropping, like, oh my God, that's impossible. I mean, it was good, but Stingley, it's the thing about him is when he's on the football field, he's an athlete, we know that. But you have to look, like 2019 as a true freshman, bro, he was the best defender in college football. I mean, there's a debate for that, but he had 6 interceptions and 15 passes defended. That is unbelievable. He's long, loose, extremely athletic. He has elite speed and ball skills that give him a chance to thrive as a bump and run corner, capable of shadowing top talent around the field. He's especially elite in coverage at every single level. It doesn't matter if he's in press, if he's in zone defense. I mean, he can take away chunks of the field in zone and in man. He'll definitely press you. He's not afraid of that. He has the most upside of any defender in the class, and that will show come draft day. This is what a scout had to say. So personally, to me, I like the upside here of Stingley. I like the talent. The question is, do the Chargers value his upside due to him last season not being that great, and also the COVID? I mean, he had an injury, and then he dealt with COVID. So I think they do. I mean, Staley just worked out with him and seemed to be impressed. I don't have access to talk to the coach about that, and he wouldn't tell me what. Like, honestly, he probably wouldn't tell me much because like doesn't want me making a YouTube video and telling Charger fans everything about that. It's secret information. But we do know that Stingley would be great on this team. I mean, we need corners, bro. Like Asante Samuel and J.C. Jackson are both very good corners, and I can't wait to see what they do next season. But we still need more than just 2 corners, especially when the Denver Broncos have, oh yeah, Jerry Jeudy. They've got KJ Hamler. They've got Cortland Sutton, and Tim Patrick is solid. I mean, they've got receivers everywhere. The Raiders have good receivers. They've got Adams and Renfro, and I think they're trying to bring in more through the draft. But honestly, even like Tyreek Hill or not, man, just go out there and take the best player on the board, and that's going to be Derek Stingley Jr. Whether or not you think he's a risk is your decision, but to me, I want the superstar corner because that's going to help our defense a ton. We already went out and addressed the run, I mean, we got Sebastian Joseph Day, who's one of the best, if not the best, nose tackles in football at defending the run. We went out and got Khalil Mack, so now it's just address the linebacker core. We can do that in the third round because we're not worrying about our second next season. And then in the first round, we can take a superstar player who is a corner, which is a very valuable position, one of the most valuable positions in football. Obviously, offensive line is more important than a corner, in my opinion at least, but we can do that in the third round, the fourth round, or we can sign someone. I mean, like offensive line, we do need that, but this is a superstar corner, a 20-year-old corner, won't be 21 until June, which isn't that far away, give or take, but still, I mean, that's an extremely young corner. And look what Patrick Surtain, speaking of the Broncos, look what he brought to that defense. I mean, he was the best rookie corner in football. I mean, he was unbelievable. So, yeah, and the reason why I should have mentioned this earlier, the Jets make sense at 10 because the teams after that, football team, Minnesota, and Houston Texans, also Eagles, those teams all need corners. So that's why we're going to trade up to 10 and make sure that Stingley doesn't go anywhere after that because I don't think he's going to go top 10 personally. I think he'll probably go somewhere like 10 to, I don't know, 14 range. And obviously that's before our pick. So I wouldn't mind trading a second next season. I know it's like we're going to trade a second and move up 7 spots. Yeah, we are. I mean, there's a huge difference in 7 spots in the NFL draft. I mean, anything can happen at that point. But yeah, me personally, I want a superstar player, or at least a player that presents a superstar type of development, and that's Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, and Derek Stingley Jr. We got to go big or go home, bro. I mean, Justin Herbert's on a rookie contract. We already went out and spent a bunch of money. We gave up a second-round pick to get Khalil Mack, which was a fantastic trade, but still, we're in win-now mode, so why not go out there and bring in the best talent? It's also a luxurious position, so... But yeah, other than that, man, let me see if I have anything else in my notes. So, yeah, I mean, Stingley in 2019, we kind of touched upon that. We touched upon how we ran at the Pro Day. And other than that, I think that's pretty much it, guys. This is my second time recording the video, so it went by faster than I would have liked because I already recorded it. But honestly, man, go down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on the Chargers draft. If you were Brandon, actually, well, if you were Tom Telesco, who would you guys select at 17? Would you stand pat? Would you trade back and get yourself another pick? Would you trade up, give up a pick next season to go get maybe a superstar player, Jameson Williams, a Derek Stingley Jr.? What would you do? I'd love to know. And outside of that, like I said, expect daily uploads pretty much all the time. If there's not anything to talk about, I'm not going to force a video out, but I'm trying to upload just about every single day on the Chargers. I'm loving doing this. You guys have been showing so much support. Like, I didn't think this would happen. Like, it's like, seems like a dream, man. Like, I think I have like 257 likes on the last video. So it's been unbelievable, but the draft is going to be insane, man. Not to mention, like, the Chargers have a fantastic football team, a franchise quarterback, but they also have a ton of draft picks, and there's a lot of good young players in this draft in the back end. So trading down, honestly, like I wouldn't be against it at all, dude. But also, if we can trade up and get a Stingley or a Williams, you've got to do it. But it's your boy Thunder Alley signing out, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Let me know what you want to see next. Your comments matter, bro. Why do you guys think I made this video?